The Oklahoma City police officer involved in this shocking video is now facing charges. The district attorney announced that Sergeant Joseph Gibson was charged with one count of aggravated assault and battery. They stem from an October traffic stop in which a 71-year-old man was thrown to the ground.
I'll have to write you a ticket for improper U-turn.
Video of their exchange was released by the police department. At first, it seems like a calm conversation. Gibson asks the man to sign the ticket.
I didn't make a U-turn.
Sorry, let me clarify.
But the driver appears to debate it and starts to walk away.
Hey, you are the police.
Yes.
So you know
Okay.
how many times?
We are done. We are not arguing about this, okay?
I want to show you.
We argue in court. We argue in court.
You take the phone and
we argue in court.
No,
we don't argue on the side of the road. We argue in court. Yes, that's how it works. Because if not, if you don't sign this, you go to jail. Okay?
Yeah,
I don't want to take you to jail.
I'm ready to go.
You ready to go to jail?
As they continue to argue over the ticket, the driver seems to tap the back of his hand on Gibson's chest. And that's when Gibson throws him down and handcuffs him. In part of his statement, the president of the Oklahoma City Fraternal Order of Police said, "It is very disappointing to see a police officer face felony charges for actions taken in good faith while serving in the line of duty. Sergeant Gibson followed his de-escalation training and protocol when assaulted. We are deeply concerned about the impact this charging decision will have on the ability of officers to rely on their training and professional judgment to preserve order and protect the public." Reportedly, the driver was hospitalized with injuries, including a brain bleed, a broken neck, and eye socket. This is Inside It.
This is so bad. So the guy taps the officer on his chest, as we saw in the replay. '71. I mean, look, this is tragic comedy yet again. All right, this is not the first time we've seen something like this. But here we go with these tough guys. Maybe it was roid rage. I don't know what it is. So the guy taps you. This is your de-escalation training now, right? Kicks in. And you decide that you're going to slam him to the ground, hospitalize him with a brain bleed, broken eye socket, and other issues over arguing about a U-turn. And, you know, the guy seemed pretty strong and set. Like, he didn't do whatever it is you said he did, Officer Acorn. He's from the family tree of Officer Acorn, for sure. And here we go yet again with these police unions coming out. And how do you justify this kind of thing? Right? Like, I get it, right? There's this unseen, unwritten rule of battle and war between the police and the public, right? But for those who represent police officers, if you're going to defend them and everything that they do blindly, you need to find a better case to bring forward and stand up for than this. This is pretty heinous. There's nothing you can really do or say to justify it, and it just looks horrible. It just does. There's no way around it. There's nothing you can argue or even say, yet people do, right? Institutions, organizations do. You're talking about, you know, the guy followed his de-escalation training, and you're concerned that this is going to harm the police's ability to defend the public? That's your response? To slamming a 71-year-old man on the ground over arguing over a failure U-turn, causing him to have a brain bleed, ruptured or damaged, fractured eye socket because he tapped you. So if that's an assault that he tapped you, since this is your argument, And it could have been out of, we can look at the video cam. In all likelihood, you know how you're having conversation, and you just kind of like, listen, but wait. And I'd assume it was that kind of thing. And even if it wasn't, I mean, dude, be for real, right? 70 plus, 71-year-old guy with his wife or whoever, who was also appeared to be elderly. You slammed her. You're a real tough guy. Okay? For those who stand behind that thin blue line, you're real tough. Congratulations. You abused an elderly man. And to be frank, he got off light. They're charging him with aggravated assault. One could have went so far as to say attempted murder, right? With that level of slam, I mean, you could have just said, put your hands behind your back and forced him, and could have really just forced his hand. There was no need to slam him like that. It was completely and totally uncalled for. It really was. And I can't help but wonder if he had other motives in doing it, down there in the classic Deep South approach in Oklahoma, right? The good old boys playing by old school rules, right? I don't know. Just a thought. I really don't know how, organizations can shamelessly excuse this kind of conduct. I really don't. I'm not really interested in looking at this thing from one side. In some cases, you can see how tragedy can occur. In this one, it's just not one. It's really not. And we have to do better. We have to expect better as individuals, as a society. This kind of conduct is just not acceptable. And I would hope that it's universally understood to be the